Hey everybody, it's Mike here, and I'm going to do two videos today. The first one I'm going to do is kind of a World Series commentary, and I'm going to do it a little bit differently because I'm going to use baseball cards to tell my thoughts on the series and kind of do it a little bit different than maybe everybody else. What a great series it was. Congrats to the Houston Astros. I didn't really have someone I thought that should win. I just wanted it to go to 7 games. It did, and it was really fantastic. So the second video I'll do is a mail day later, but for now I'm going to just talk about the World Series and my perspective on it using cards. And the first thing I'm going to do is talk about the commentators and the Fox pregame, which I watched a lot of and really thought they did a great job. The first guy, the one on the far right all the time, was ironically a Hall of Famer, and it was Frank Thomas was sitting over there. Always gave good insight. I felt it was kind of weird that he was kind of relegated to the side. It felt like a lot. But there's an autographed rookie card of Frank Thomas. The second guy was Keith Hernandez, MVP award winner, World Series winner with the Mets in '86, and just had a great commentary. Also, always seemed to have really great hair too, so that was pretty funny. The third guy was Mr. David Ortiz. Right there's an autograph of him. Ortiz was funny because he was hard to understand sometimes, and it was absolutely hilarious to me that he was 0 for 6 in picking the winner each game and declined to pick a winner for Game 7 because he was, I think, just too embarrassed and didn't want to be wrong. So that was kind of funny. And then the guy who I thought was the best, and shocking to me how really good he was and insightful he was, articulate about the game and everything, was Mr. Alex Rodriguez. So that was really impressed with him. Just a really, really good job making commentary. And really all four of those guys got us ready for the game. So that was pretty fun. Let me get to the games themselves. So first I'll go through the Dodgers, who, didn't pull it out, but they really did a great job. I thought that Dave Roberts managed that series incredibly peculiar. He did a lot of things that I would certainly not have done, but the first Dodger I want to give a shout out to that I thought did a great job was Mr. Clayton Kershaw here. Started 2 games, came in yesterday in Game 7 last night, and really kind of gave it everything he had. And I really want to see him get a ring at some point. And he's just an amazing pitcher, probably, in my opinion, the best pitcher right now that's pitching. He could retire right now and be a Hall of Famer. He's got that good of stats in his career. The second card I'm going to show is kind of weird because it makes me question something. And so this is Adrian Gonzalez. He's in a Boston uniform here, but he wasn't even on the roster. He wasn't even available, which I thought was really silly. He's a veteran, and Cody Bellinger, who had played first base for the Dodgers, set the World Series record for the most strikeouts, and then the most strikeouts in a postseason or whatever. He just looked like a kid, just getting dominated by the Houston Astros pitching staff. So to me, it was kind of weird not to even have Adrian Gonzalez available. I don't know if he was hurt or what, but that was kind of peculiar. And I have an Adrian Gonzalez autograph. The next one is Andre Ethier, veteran Dodger guy on the roster, got to pinch hit a few times, had an RBI single last night to get the Dodgers their only run. Just good to see him get in a World Series. He's been a Dodger for a really long time, so good for him. And the last one that I'm going to talk about is this guy, Darvish. His lines were terrible. He started 2 games, Game 4, Game 7. He pitched a total of 3 1/3 innings. Just got shelled both times, and there's a lot to that. He faces the Astros a lot as a Ranger. He used to do that. And so do they know him? Yeah, quite a bit. So, I don't know what played into it, but man, he pitched terrible, and he doesn't do well under pressure. We've seen that here in Texas, and so really a shame, but hey, I got an autograph of him. So that's for the second place Dodgers this year in the World Series. And now to the world champion Houston Astros. First card I'm going to show is Mr. Carlos Beltran. Great, always great to see the veterans that can, get a ring late in their career. Beltran already has one, or several, I think, from the Yankees or whatever, but just good to see him get a ring. And he didn't get to be terribly productive in the World Series, but good to see him get a ring. Next is Mr. Justin Verlander. Just an amazing job pitching. 2 starts, lost in Game 6, but still pitched really, really well. Won his other start and just did a really good job pitching. And I thought the entire Dodgers pitching staff did pretty well, including this guy, Dallas Keuchel. Love the beard of Dallas Keuchel. The whole Houston Astros pitching staff, Morton and Keuchel and Verlander, they just outpitched the Dodgers, I think, in a lot of key points of the series. And then someone who just bugs the living daylights out of me because he kills my home team, the Rangers, every time he plays, and he just plays out of his mind and he just does an amazing job, and it's the diminutive Jose Altuve. In my opinion, Jose Altuve deserves the MVP award this year. He's just an amazing ball player. He is well on pace to become a Hall of Famer. He is on an amazingly team-friendly contract for the Astros, so he's going to be around a really long time. And he's just does everything for that team. Hits for power out from second base as a little tiny dude, shoots to the gap, steals bases, plays a great defense at second base, and just kind of does it all for him. The last card I'm going to show of a Houston Astros player is Mr. MVP himself, George Springer. I pulled this out of a box, and at the time I was thinking, yeah, he's an okay player. This was a few years ago. This is out of 2014 Classics, Panini Classics. And I pulled it out then, and it was like, it's George Springer. He's okay. But man, in this World Series tied a record for the most home runs in a World Series with 5. Hit home runs in the last 3 games, I think. Just really gave the offense a boost last night. He hit a bomb last night, and absolutely deserved the MVP award for the Astros or for the World Series. So again, congrats to him. And the last card I'm going to show is a card of Nolan Ryan. Why Nolan Ryan? Well, Nolan Ryan's the president of the Astros or team consultant, whatever he does. His son Reed runs the team, president of baseball operations, but Nolan Ryan has absolutely got his fingerprint on this team. He did a lot for the Rangers to get them to World Series in 2010, 2011. They couldn't get over the hump. Now he gets to wear a ring for the Astros. It's a hometown team for him. He's from Alvin, Texas, which is near Houston. And so I bet that's got to feel really good for good old Nolan to get a ring with the Astros. He tried to do it here. We couldn't deliver, but good for Houston. They were able to do it. And with all that Houston's gone through as a city, believe me, being a Texan, we hear all about it. And it's been tough with Hurricane Harvey and all the different flooding and everything that went on there. Just amazing to see that city get a world championship. And the coolest thing I ever saw was the guy that I'm sure you've all seen the Sports Illustrated article where the guy on the cover had picked the Astros to win the 2017 World Championship in 2014. Just amazing that actually came true. Just so prophetic and so cool. So again, that's my comments on the World Series. A little bit long, sorry about that, but I just thought I'd use baseball cards to tell the story of what I thought the series provided and just what a great World Series it was. So thanks for watching, and everybody have a great day.